You're welcome. All right, let's see. All right, everybody. My name is Jen. I'm in the Science and Math department, and I am going to talk about Edpuzzle, which is fairly new for me to use. I used to use for interactive videos something called H5P, but this seems to be the best route right now. And if you have questions, please feel free to interrupt me while I go. That's totally fine. So what is Edpuzzle? And you can see I will provide this. You could email me and I will send you my presentation. It also has links to different things. Edpuzzle, it's free and it lets teachers and students make interactive videos. The main attraction for me is the pop-up questions that appear during the video. And I forgot to do this, but so everyone can see me, Jose knows what I'm going to do. I always use Loom for presentations, so you can see my face. It'll start showing up soon. You can add multiple choice questions, multiple select, audio, do voiceovers, images, make comments. It's so fantastic, all the things that you can do with Edpuzzle, and I'm going to show you. What happens, you decide where you want the videos to pause. It automatically stops it, and then students or viewers have to interact in some way. So it can be questions, it can be just an image. For me personally, I believe that, before when I started teaching online, just having a video in a class was very exciting, but now I feel like students are kind of burnt out and they need something more to draw their attention, even to videos. So that's why having this interactive component, whether you're drawing attention to a certain slide or video, it's really powerful. Okay, I just added so my face is there. There are different ways to use Edpuzzle, these interactive videos. You can not really leave the site itself to make videos. There is an Edpuzzle extension where you could start recording. But for me, I use Edpuzzle in what I would say are creative other ways. So that's why I'm really excited to show how I use Edpuzzle. And if you start using it in a different way, you could contact me and we can discover new ways together. So here is an example of one way students will see an Edpuzzle video in my class. In Blackboard, most of my videos I use Loom so students can see who I am. And here I'm explaining about the project. And a very important course policy for me is I don't accept late work. So it paused the video and it made it super clear I don't accept late work, just really drawing attention to that. So you can see an example. I'm going to explain it. I'll put myself on mute. Okay, now in this video, on the bottom, you can see these events, they're called, that take place with Edpuzzle. This is the interactive features. On the right-hand side, it shows you just where you have questions, but events can be comments as well or pictures. So I'm going to play this, but I'm going to have it on mute and fast forward.
So the project.
Okay. So here is an example. I'm using Edpuzzle, but what I did was I took Blackboard, our course site. I recorded a video using Loom to explain something. I uploaded it to Edpuzzle and made it interactive that way. So here, all the content you can see is from me. It's from my Blackboard site. You can see my face, I'm talking. And this is really for students to check that they understand this course policy here. And it's low stakes. This is just for students to see they understand what's going on here. If they click the wrong answer, that's fine. You can have feedback that'll say, hey, maybe you want to rewatch, or you should check over these course information documents. Okay, so I'm going to just fast forward here. You can see I'm talking and talking. The next thing that comes up, and you can see it paused it automatically. I didn't pause the video. Edpuzzle will do that for you. And you can just have an audio comment. And let's see what the next one I think was a multiple choice question. Okay, so here I'm saying, okay, you don't have to do the project, but if you don't, then your final exam is going to count more, and so on. Okay, so that's just one example of how I use this interactive videos in my courses. I'm going to show you more. Now, you can use all different types of videos. It doesn't have to be ones that you created yourself. So you can go to different websites, YouTube, TED, Vimeo. Edpuzzle itself has tons of videos, which I'm going to spend a little time talking about, and more. And it's very user-friendly, this site. You can see that's what it says to upload a video. You choose a file or insert one from Google Drive if you're creating the video yourself. So for me, I usually create it myself or use Loom. Okay? So for online courses, I tend to use Loom so that students can see my face when I'm doing things. But lately, I'm like, you know what, maybe they're sick of seeing my face so much. So I'm trying to, use Bitmojis, and here you could see I think, I tried to make that look like me, at least during the pandemic. So here's a video explaining course content. And you can see there are events in this video. They're the little teardrops on the bottom. And from the editing side, you have lots of options once you upload a video. And again, this is your own video, and I'll show you if you're not using your own video. Once you upload, you have an option what you want to do. You can do a voiceover, which I highly recommend you do for most videos. Even if you take someone else's, you can mute them and have your voice explaining for your students. So that's what voiceover is. For questions, it's not just questions. So questions means any sort of event. This is where you can put text, images, links, and links I think is kind of new because I'm going to play around adding more links to my interactive videos for students. Okay, so if you click on multiple choice question, you still have tons of options what you want to do for the multiple choice. You can, again, add pictures, links, and more to the multiple choice questions. And you can give feedback. So that's, I think, really fantastic here. It's a little small, but it says feedback. So whether someone gets it right or wrong, you can say, if they get it right, way to go, you're really listening to this video. If they do not answer correctly, well, maybe you should read over this document where it has the answer. This is what like one complete video event slide would look like. You can make a video on anything. Here you can see I'm just doing online. I'm just here to help. They just have to ask me. So just trying to have students know I'm here for you, online students. Please reach out to me if you need any help, or reach out to Academic Skills Center. And if they click the wrong answer, it'll show up red and it'll have the feedback. So I just wanted to show you. So here, if they pick that they didn't realize something, you should have read over the course information documents, which are required. So maybe this looked like a lot of effort, And really that depends on you. If you're like me and you love online tools and playing around with things, it can take a long time to make fun videos if you want to animate yourself, if you're doing other things, but you don't have to. I feel like you should start out with basic things with Edpuzzle and then, more and more playing around and spending time. But it really has changed that they have these things called Edpuzzle Originals, which I link to. They have lessons that they made already for you, these beautifully made videos. With the Edpuzzle Originals, I searched like symmetry because I teach math and one of the topics is symmetry. Right away, I clicked on this Edpuzzle Originals. You can get videos in other ways, which I'll tell you about. But what helps is, why don't you search first to see if they made a video that works for you? You don't have to do anything with it. You don't even have to personalize it. They have all these interactive questions and explainers for you. So one way to use Edpuzzle is I use it as further interactive practice or reading. So at the end of one of my lectures, I have linked completely just one of their videos without me doing anything to it. I thought, you know what, let me just use it. It's good content, why not? Also, there's this Discover button that you probably noticed. The Discover button, in the background it's playing. You don't have to leave this site to find videos that you would like. So at the end, if there's time, I'll show you that. But really, you can find by subject, by level, lots to not even leave the site. You can use videos that you don't make. So if you're not making your own videos, the best part, I believe, about Edpuzzle is to remix pre-made videos. So I use the Edpuzzle Originals like that you just saw, and I will remix it. I will make it my own, and they encourage this. So I will take a video and I will have a voiceover. That's one way. So I'd like to show you. So this is does not take long to use one of their pre-made videos. Oh no. I'm on my work computer, so I just have to quickly sign into Edpuzzle, which I was going to say anyway, you can use your FIT account to do. Okay, sorry about that. Let's click again. Should work. Okay, so here, these questions were from Edpuzzle. I didn't have to make them. All these video events and this beautiful images and video, it's theirs. But if you listen, it's my voice. So I'll just play a little bit.
Line has many names: line of symmetry, line of reflection, or the mirror line. See, it folds over nicely. This snowflake, dotted line, a line of symmetry. Does it? Here we have an object.
So I hope this, is clear that I have this really nice pre-made video that is interactive, that they're made from Edpuzzle, where they're saying, please remix it, make it your own. So I recommend for students, if you do a voiceover on this, this is a really quick way to show the students that you're, personalizing things for them. So that's using Edpuzzle in a different way, using their pre-made videos. What I like even more is you'll see next, it's also using their pre-made videos, but you can see this one is me using Loom with it. So for this video, what I did for my students is, I have to mute myself. Okay, so in this video that's playing, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see. It works very similarly to the other one. It has all these video events that I did not make. They made it for me. I'm doing, instead of just the voiceover, I'm using Loom, so I'm speaking and they can see me at the same time. And what's really wonderful about using Loom is it has a transcript for you, which Edpuzzle does not have. So most of my videos where I use Edpuzzle, I have this little face on it, and it lives in Loom instead of Edpuzzle, just because it has the transcript as well. So that's what I meant with, like, I use Edpuzzle, but I tend to use it maybe in not the most traditional ways that maybe Edpuzzle expected people to use it. So I really recommend Loom, which I'm using right now to give the talk so people can see my face clearly because of the transcript. And the ideas that I have is, you know, to find a video that you like in Edpuzzle, click on Loom in your browser, and record, and it'll have the transcript, and it will share with students nicely. And I'm going to go back a slide. So here, if you're looking, if you look carefully, you'll see me talking there. It shares a GIF when I put it in my lectures or in Blackboard. It has a link that students can click, but it also has this like animation that really draws students' attention. And I feel that students click more if they see movement than just a link. So just wanted to point that out. You could also create a video however you want, like I showed with this other, the animation one, and I'll show you. Then you upload it to Edpuzzle and edit it that way. So the hardest part is making sure you know where you save the video when you upload it, just to save time. Okay, so I uploaded one yesterday from my home computer, so I can't do that now. But if you're uploading a video, you add, you upload, it'll show up on your course, on your Edpuzzle homepage. I will show you in a second. And the part that you're going to do is you're going to click on edit and just have fun adding different things, adding different options, doing the questions, putting notes, putting images, putting links. Good. I'm rushing a little bit just so we can finish everything, and then I can have so much time for questions. In the beginning, I spoke about how this is for teachers and students, but I didn't say about students. But Edpuzzle, if you join and sign up, you'll get emails once a week with ideas on how to use Edpuzzle the way that the people who work there suggest. And they have all these different ideas on how students can, you know, take charge of their learning and use Edpuzzle themselves for projects. So when I share this with you, if you want it, I have a video showing different ways that they made this of 7 ways to use student projects. And the video is kind of, you know, short and snappy, but I have a link of the article that where they go into a little more detail on how to use Edpuzzle from the student side. Some of them seem like completely doable, some of them a little trickier, but it's just a good, you know, always to get different ideas on how to give fun assignments for students. Okay, so I guess it also depends on what subject you teach. Like I teach math, so for students demonstrating a math problem using Edpuzzle, that would be really cool. Okay, so I want to show you like live, I guess, how nice and simple Edpuzzle is to use. Good, I managed to do it quite quick. Do you guys have any questions while I get it ready? Nobody? Okay.
So is there I guess, so you use the Loom video. Do you ever use it with Screencast-O-Matic, since they also do the text, the subtitles, or closed captioning, I guess it's referred to as?
I did Screencast-O-Matic like many years ago, but I stopped once Loom had all the features that I wanted.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see because it's tiny, but I have this extension in my browser for Loom where it tells me when people watch videos.
Okay.
I don't know if the Screencast-O-Matic have that. I'm not.
I think it does, honestly. I'll
I would say if, well, you know, I think use whatever you're comfortable with. As if it does the same thing, then great. You know, I
Mhm.
think there's some things that I just found, like the sharing as like an animated GIF in the background. It's just, and sending it directly to students. I just found like the ease of Loom was unbeatable. And now I'm
Okay.
just like, you know what? I have so many of these online tools. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna give up Loom now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I think, you know, however you make videos, great. Now let's add Edpuzzle to just make it that extra, you know, interactive portion. So the discover part I mentioned briefly, but you know, you can type in statistics, whatever you want. You'll get tons of videos. You can search subject wise, but if you go to my content once you upload, you can see I don't have that many videos, you know, hosted here because most of them are on Loom, and I do it that way.
Okay.
Um,
That's my next question.
yeah, so here you don't see that many. This one I just uploaded yesterday, and I just wanted to. I didn't really have time to do much. Once you upload it, I clicked on edit. So I just wanted to show, you know, what I wanted to do, and I saw, you know, adding links. I thought adding links to things is really great. You know, if you're talking about something that you have in your course information documents, pause it, add a link to it. So this video was about office hours because I have so many students, they only want to do virtual office hours, which is totally fine. But I just wanted to make a video showing I'm here and there's lots of options for you. Um, you know, please don't feel frustrated. So that's what this video that I was making is about. So, you know, you could come to me or come to tutoring at FIT, and then here I'm going to add the link for the Academic Skills Center. So I'm going to post this probably the next semester, because now I'm not going to add a video so late in the course to confuse them, but in the beginning I might send students, it'll be living in the Blackboard shell, but also, you know, I just made some quick videos for you. Like here's just two videos about how the course runs. So in case you have any issues, and I try to make them pretty short, the videos.
I have to run. I'm sorry, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
go
email
ahead. No.
once I get back. Thank you so much.
Okay. Oh no,
I'm,
you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
yeah, I'm sorry I have to go. All
No
right.
problem.
Good luck, Jose. Hopefully I'll see you too before. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela.
Bye.
Uh-huh.
Cassandra, do you have any questions? Or want me to show anything else? Okay. So Jose, I tried to do it in 30 minutes. I think I did. There's more you know, slides where I'm happy to you know, send. It's just really for people to use, like how to do certain things.
Sure,
Mhm.
that'd be great. If Jen, if you can send me the link, I think your links are on Google Drive.
Yep, I'll send you right now.
Mhm.
Then what I can do then is I can take the recording and then also put the links to your slides on the description of the video on YouTube, and
Great.
they can always click there. Um, but this is amazing. Every time you do the presentation, Jen, I always learn something new. I didn't know that they had. I knew about the recordings, but I didn't know that. I knew that you can search within Edpuzzle and find pre-recorded videos, but I didn't know that you can do your voiceover.
It's, you know, they really do so much that I'm like, how is this possible that you can, you know, like I only recommend that people use the Edpuzzle originals or your own videos, because
Mhm.
I'm like, you can use YouTube videos, you can use it's all on the site. You don't have to leave the site to find these videos and then put your voice over it. I'm like, that's quite a tool that they have there, you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah,
Mm.
really impressive because you made an excellent point. It does take a lot of time to create these videos, but if these videos already exist, it's almost like an OER, open education resource, where then you can,
Exactly.
right, and then you can just add your
Exactly.
voice if you want to add your voice. If not, you can always leave the audio that's already there, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
leave it as is. I mean, I only did for only one part. I just linked to one video as is because I mean, it was good. I didn't really need to add it. I just feel like, for your online courses, just
uh-huh.
always doing either your face, a Bitmoji, your animated character,
Mhm.
just having that could or Loom having something else for the students. It really they're like, oh wow, look, my instructor's like really doing a lot for me, even though like if you're using one of these and just putting your voice, it's really not too much work.
Right.
Mm.
The other thing too, Jen, I think you mentioned a little bit about this in the beginning. Is again, videos are great, especially for online teaching, but when it comes to the student's perspective, sometimes passively learning and just watching videos is not enough, and
Hmm.
these interactive videos help students recall, right? Helps them memorize, and also not only that, but also you are helping them learn the important parts or important things that they need to carry with them after the video, so that they know what, okay, this is definitely a must know, right? Because
Exactly.
you're asking a question, so that helps them retain the information. And not only that, but then they could come back and rewatch and take it over again, which helps them retain the information, and prepare for a midterm or a test. So that's another great way. So promoting active learning, basically, what I'm trying to say is another
Yeah.
great, yeah.
But it
Mm.
really is true. I feel like the videos, in the beginning, like 10 years ago when you're teaching online, having a video is like, ooh, how exciting. And now students are like, oh, another video. So then
Right.
like, you have to like add that extra layer for the students. So like having
Well,
interactive is that.
not even that, Jen. I would take it a step further. You're competing now with all these YouTubers, and the way that they dispense information is completely different than back, like 5 years ago. Now, the way if we pay close attention to how these YouTubers are creating content, it's like boom, 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 boom. There's like, you're giving them all the steak and the potato. You're giving them the full meal without the fluff or whatever the in between. Everything is, what I mean. It's like you're giving them everything, and they're expecting, you know, the information right away with a short attention span.
Yes.
So it makes it much more challenging for content creators, right? Um, so I can see that it is already challenging, to create videos, but then adding this nice adding interactivity makes them much more engaged. These videos much more engaging and much more fun, um, for the whole learning process. So that I always
Mm.
learn something new. Thank you, Jen. That was awesome.
No
I've
problem.
used Edpuzzle before, but I didn't know anything about being able to add your voice to that. That was pretty amazing.
Mm. That
Cool.
is. Now, can you all hear me? I don't know.
Yes, now I can. Hello.
Okay. Hi. So no, I was well, Jen, I appreciate it and I'm glad I got the invitation. I guess I was trying to just figure out is it would you sort of summarize it as maybe like being a video editing tool, uh, but bringing in some extra content and that kind of thing. Now, not that I that versed on video editing, but I was just trying to see how you were using it and how I would apply it to mine.
Well, I think it depends on what you feel comfortable with, and basically if you don't want to edit your own videos, don't. If you're teaching, what subject are you?
Oh, okay, yeah. So Jen, so I work in and hi, Jose. Jose was helping me a long whiles back, but yeah, I work in technical design, and our stuff is like very procedural. We teach pattern making, there's computer pattern making and that kind of thing. A lot of hands-on is what we do, which
Okay.
is probably going to be a little bit different than in the in the math area. But so the videos seem fine and the students seem to enjoy it. But I guess I was like
trying to see if there was a mechanism by which in the video you might, find the section that you want to, and be able to sort of flag it like you were saying
Yeah,
you were
you
doing.
can, definitely.
And then you could come in and say something, or
Mm-hmm.
even put up um, some sort of a sign. See, I was just kind of thinking to help them to be able to get to maybe the sections they're having trouble with faster without having to see the whole video, if they were familiar with the content, but they just kind of wanted to go straight to a particular area.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. For the thing is with the ones that they make themselves, these like Edpuzzle original, they're called, they're all kind of like under 6 minutes. So I feel like the attention span is good. Like they can watch the whole thing through, the students. But
Okay.
yeah, having mini videos is great, and you can edit and you can cut. So you can cut and make things smaller and then do the voiceover on what you want, for sure.
Okay. So it's basically like taking your video that you already had, and then just kind of going to particular sections of it and calling out or putting links, or whatever you wanted to do special to it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's one way to do it. So this one, the one that I was working on, I was like, you know what? I just want to call out an image, and I want to call out links. Like I just want it to be a helpful video. But you don't
Yes.
have to. You can do, I think that's what you want. You just want to draw attention to certain parts, right?
Right, right. Because see, what'll happen is, or at least what I've been kind of, I haven't really gotten into the online, they teach themselves yet. But I find that since I took so much time when we were doing the online, remotely, that my videos were actually pretty good. I took a lot of time to put them
Hmm.
together. So sometimes what I find is a student will say, well, I had trouble with doing this, professor, and I never did perfect that, and I didn't quite get it, when you went over it in class, or. So what I find myself doing is I kind of know where it is in the video, and then so I find that I'm looking through the video to find the section, and then I'm telling them, okay, well, go to this video, and fast forward to like
Oh, I
35
see.
minutes. And
Well,
so then that's why I was saying, if I was able to have a way to sort of do like what you're saying at particular parts, that might be very helpful.
yeah, I feel like you have so many different options now that so if you have long videos, if they're on YouTube, then you can share them to students that will play at a certain point. So that's very helpful, that if you have the whole thing, but you can literally share clips and it'll start at the point. So that's one thing that's great. Another thing, if you have long videos, is you can upload them to like Edpuzzle, and either upload the whole thing and then draw attention to these certain parts,
Yes, yes.
or you can upload it and then make from that one video, cut them into smaller videos.
Yes, okay,
So I
okay.
feel like you have lots of options, and you can see
Mm-hmm.
what's
Well,
working
now,
good for you.
does that work with like, I noticed that most of the instructional videos I did were kind of in the WebEx format. Just about all of my videos are in there. But now, would that be compatible, you think, with this program?
As long as it's a video, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's the file? Is it like a MP4?
I think they are MP4s, right,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Jose?
yeah, they are. They are MP4 files. You, I think, Jen, I think she would just have to upload them, right, to Edpuzzle.
yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
think if they're on your computer, you can just upload it. If they're in your Google Drive, you could click and it'll connect to your Google Drive.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
Because
they're and like it was interesting. Now, I never really did the YouTube, and sort of put them all together. I since I had sort of started the semester before COVID, I was just always in the WebEx. So I just kind of let the WebEx do the whole recording. So I never got the YouTube thing too much, because I just sort of let that program do the whole record. So, but it sounds like as long as it's in the right format that you could get it into that program.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for Edpuzzle, I would say I'm fairly new at using it, and again, I use it in, I would say, not like the way that maybe they think. If they saw it, they'd be like, "Oh, what, like, what's this person doing with this?" You know? Um, but you know what? I just thought of another idea for you. Because once you make content, you want to use it, right? You want to find ways to use it for forever, right? For your students as a reference
Right,
or whatever. And one
right.
thing that you might want to do is you might want to watch your video. Okay, I have all these different ideas. Do what you want with the videos, but I feel like if you have a whole class worth, that's special, and you can have that whole one and keep it, and you can have that linked. But then I do think it would be great to break it down into these smaller sections. And one quick way to break it down is using Screencast-O-Matic or Loom, where you're actually watching yourself, you know, talk about something, and you can stop it at a certain point and then make it interactive in these little
Mm-hmm.
sections.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, now so I think what's kind of coming in, or at least I'm sort of visualizing is like what I do now. When we came back to on campus, I said, well, I wouldn't do my video any different. I mean, I wouldn't do my lecture any different than what had done the video. And so I use that sometimes to teach, and I will stop and we'll have a discussion or whatever I'll call out. So, so I was just trying to see if I take the next step of when I'm not there, but they're looking back to the video, what helps them to get to those sections a little bit faster, and then where I could just sort of add a special little note, because on those, when you're flagging those areas in the video,
Mhm.
um, to see your special, I'm going to call insert
Yeah,
into your video, they would have to click on those markers, right?
it does it automatically. If it's just playing, it'll stop it for you. So
Oh,
the students are, if they just, let's say, have it on in the background, if they're not paying attention, but then they look, they're seeing it won't move until they see it.
oh, okay, okay,
That's
all
I
right.
really like it. It forces the interaction, unless they take their mouse and they like skip over. Otherwise,
Oh, okay.
it'll show.
Oh, okay. So it kind of just becomes part of the video, really.
Correct. Yes. So
Oh,
exactly.
oh, okay. Oh, well, Jen and Jose, well, thank you so much. I mean, I see these things and I'm always, like you say, once you sort of understand what it is, sometimes you do kind of, in your creativity, you kind of take it in a little different task of whatever, but which is great, really, because you have to kind of apply it to what's good for you and what you're teaching.
Right.
Exactly what works for you, and also, we have to be reasonable, like, with our time. There's some
Yes,
some things that you're just like, oh, I really want to do this, but that'll take way too long. Let me see if there's another way, and then you
yes.
find other ways in the process.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you both so much. That sort of takes that, and now I sort of know pretty much what it is. So I thank you for
Mhm.
that.
You're welcome. And then you could play with it and be like, ooh, and then if you find another way to use it, you could email me and let me and let me know.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Well, yes,
beauty. That's the beauty of sharing, right, Jen? We all help each
Yeah.
other out.
yes, yes, it's true. It's true. Well, I think then for now, I didn't have any other questions. You explained it very nicely, and I thank you so much for that intro.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thanks for coming.
yeah. And Jen, again, thank you again for taking the time to do these workshops. You are amazing as always. I always tell you how awesome you are. And what a
Thank
way to
you.
end the last workshop, this is amazing. Yeah. We ended strong together.
I can't
Yes,
believe
yes.
it. I can't believe this is the last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jose, goodness.
And thank you,
Oh, well,
And
Cassandra,
thank
for
you so
joining,
much.
for the great questions, and for attending. And so I'll stop the recording here.